All right, now let's look at this file. We've got it all. Thank you, Camtasia. Thank you. We've got some awesome stuff happening. Got all of our layers and our levels layer taking out that gray. And you can make selections and just paint. And if you want to go a more basic approach, you can. You can use gradients. You can use shadows. You can use highlights. But there's another option that you might want to try. So I'm going to go to Google Chrome, and I'm going to Google metal textures. And let's go to images. Let's go to search tools, size, large. These lectures today are bang up. So I found a pretty good size metal texture. A lot of these metal textures are royalty free, so it's okay to use them. If you are worried, you can always go to usage rights and labeled for reuse with modification is a good one. And then you'll see ones that people will make these beautiful textures and they put them up there and they're totally cool with it. So, ooh, this one looks pretty fabulous. Wow, it's hard to tell if it's in focus or if I'm just, yeah, looked really. We'll just go with ye old standard. Okay. So what we're going to do is right-click, save image as, and we're going to save it to our desktop. Hit save. Thank you. In Photoshop, we're going to go File, Place, navigate to where the tread chrome metal is. Excuse me. Select it and hit Place. Now it comes in with a transformation around it, allowing you to change the size of it. And I'm going to just make it a little smaller by holding down the Shift key to constrain proportions. And because I know I'm going to use it for that part of the body, I think that's pretty good. And then hit Return. And now you'll see that it has come in as its own layer, and it's come in as a smart object, which we will be talking about in the next couple of projects. Now I'm going to turn that off, go to my background copy, the magic wand, and select parts of the figure. I'm not going to select all of them. I'll leave a couple of little spots for later. Okay, are you ready for the easiest thing you're ever going to see? Yes. Okay, because this is very, very cool. You've got tread metal chrome right there, and you want to fill that selection with tread metal chrome. Go to this layer, go down to the bottom of the layer panel, click on that layer mask. Whoa. Honestly, like it's almost too good, right? It's so much fun. And if you're like, oh, I missed a little spot, hit B for brush, go over to the layer mask, which is now attached to this pixel image, and with white in the foreground, just paint it in. It's so magical. It's probably one of my favorite things. Layer masks are so cool. I don't know if I like them more than histograms, but I definitely like them as much. Okay, so what you have now is a layer mask. Black is hiding, and white is revealing. So let's go in. Okay, let's get one more so I can show you a little bit of a contrast. Oh yeah, this is good. Right click, save image as rusty. We can also change the color of it too. File, place, go over, get your tread or metal rusty. It's in there quite large. I'm just going to resize it a little bit. Place it there, hit OK. It is now a new layer. Turn the eyeball off, turn the visibility off.
When you say OK, what do you mean, like enter?
Let me review that. When I go File, yes, Place, and then I grab the file, it comes in. You see this transformation, this bounding box with the X in the middle? It's saying, do you want me to place it here? Do you want me to resize it, scale it, do anything like that to it? So what I did is I scaled it a little, held the shift down so it didn't get wonky, and then pressed return or the check mark. And what that does is apply the transformation. So I'm going to turn that layer off. Zoom in here. Go to my background copy. Grab that magic wand. Oh boy. Gotta zoom in a little bit. Yeah, some of these things are just... But we can use the brush to adjust them. So we've got that. And let's go get these guys over here. I'm holding down the shift to continue to add to my selection. Oops. Minus out. Let's get that guy there and a little bit of the underneath. Okay. Go back to tread metal and you can see the selections. With this layer selected, add a layer mask. It's very cool, right? And if you need to add little bits and pieces, just switch to the brush tool and not on the pixel thumbnail, which will actually, in this case, tell you you can't paint on me anyway, I'm a smart object. Go to the layer mask right here, and then with the brush, you can just clean up any funky areas that may have gotten a little, see how we got lost the black line here? If you put black in the foreground, you can paint that black line right back in. And all you're doing is hiding and revealing using that layer mask. So if you wanted to do the entire thing with different textures of cheese, you could. It would be awesome, right? And what you do is bring in the textures and add a layer mask and edit the layer mask as needed. So these are using layer masks. There's another way to do this, and I'll show that in another video, but let me show you how to change the color real quick. Say you're like, that orange kind of bugs me. So if I go to my adjustment layer and above the tread metal rusty, grab hue saturation. I'm going to change the color of that. But you can see it's changing the color of all of the tread metal, and that's not what I want. I want just to change the color of what's orange. Yeah. So with hue saturation selected, hover your mouse between hue saturation adjustment layer and the layer below. Hold down the option, and you see that little indent square that says that you are going to clip the top layer into the bottom layer. And now this hue saturation is only affecting the selections in the layer below. So this is called a clipping mask, and this is a layer mask. Option. You can clip it in and clip it out. So if you get a texture, it's not quite what you want. I'm holding down the option, hovering between both layers. However, the layer that you want to clip into, they have to be in this order. Okay. So here are some more options for you as you continue to work on your line art. Sound good? All right.